G'day mates and welcome back to Anno 1800. Check out that beautiful view. We got a nice little windmill out in the middle of some grain fields, a few potato fields in the background, a beautiful mountain, and of course the industrial quarter of our town. That's postcard view anyways. Press F1 to enter into that. Very, very beautiful. It's not a bad shot as well from up on the mountainside here, looking out over our city, sort of on a gentle slope. So I do like how they've done that. The other islands in previous games used to be dead flat. So it's nice to actually have a little bit of variety in the terrain. Now I have thrown in an additional set of brickworks over here just to sort of get things ticking over a little bit, because I was sort of need to keep things moving, and so I threw that in between episodes, but I haven't done anything else. And interestingly, it looks like it's 2 grain farms to one of these, I think. So I've actually built too many of them, so I'll delete that windmill there, and I'm actually going to have to throw in another grain farm by the looks of things. I wonder if I throw this, you can access back that way, but I'll throw in another grain farm to pet you out. I'll throw you in out the back here and try and squeeze in and get good land management in here. Am I going to have enough land? I'm not sure. Yes, it looks like I've got more than enough land. So we're also now a grain farm sort of over the back behind all these buildings as well. And that really is the big advancement I think Anno has. I talked about it in the first or second episode, and I was so happy about it. But this really is the reason why. Because Anno is a space utilization game. It's planning, it's about getting everything to really fit in. This here is actually going to allow me to properly get everything squeezed in, which is just a phenomenal idea. But enough faffing about. We've got 2 grain farms for each one of these. Once that one begins properly processing, then we'll be able to keep that one running all the time. So we've got 2 of those, which means we're going to require bread. Do we have enough workers? Yeah, we have enough workers. We're going to require the actual bakery now. I'll throw down, I imagine, just right there. 2 little bakeries. I'm assuming it's 1 flour mill to one of these. It'll be a real bugger if it's 4 to 2 to 1. Because I really do need a bit more production. But that should be sufficient. That'll get bread being pumped out nice and quick. We should have enough flour already stocked up. Yeah, we've got loads of flour already stocked up, so that'll keep even if it is 2 to 1, these will keep stocked up for a little while and allow us just to get over our initial bump with the glut on the market. So we've got here bread will begin to flow in very shortly. It says critical. We shouldn't actually have any bread just yet, but I assume because we're making it, they know it's coming. Yeah, 69%, we're getting there. Ah, there you go, the first bit of bread has come out. So with that... no, okay, we must have already had a little bit of bread out before. But hopefully they will... Excellent, the chick who attacked me before, mercilessly attacked me, is now becoming just a tad more friendly. So, either way, what we're going to need to do is start expanding out our town. I've sort of faffed about for a long time because we're making a bit of money. I think we're going to really... Ooh, actually no, I have to check that. We need to make sure we have enough supplies of everything. Schnapps is back up, which is good, increasing. So it was down for a while, probably because of a worker shortage or something. Clothing is decreasing very slowly, but it's 1 per 20 minutes. So we have a lot of time there. We have 1,400 minutes of work clothes remaining, assuming the population doesn't increase. Now it will increase, but I'll deal with that later. Bread is slowly coming up. Flour's increasing for now. It's interesting. I assume it'll start to go down later. Greatly increasing. If that doesn't level off, I'll just build more bread factories, which is fine by me. It could be a 4 to 2 to 4 again. In which case, I'm going to end up with a shit ton of flour. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. I'll come back to that at a later date. Fish is good. Fish is stable. So we are going to gradually lose fish as we expand, and that is what we're going to be doing now. I'm going to be expanding out, and I'm going to try to just throw down the houses sort of every which way. Because I don't want to have too much sameness put in. We're going to need another marketplace, I think, actually, because that market now is starting to get a bit far away. This one is supporting all the way up here, but we're going to want another one put in right there, I think. And that will... I'll get everything here just hooked up nicely, like so. Then we can really get things ticking over well. Do I want to actually make it a green space? I might want to actually make it a green space at a later date. I'll have some nice trees or something along there. Some ponds would be nice. Have we got any ponds popping up? Not yet. Maybe at a higher level we'll have water features and whatnot. What I might do is actually just throw a little pathway through there. It doesn't really fit. It's too much contrast. Yeah, too much contrast. I'll just throw in some cypress trees across there. There you go, beautiful. That's a bit nicer. At least you know it's not a pathway anymore. Maybe people can walk in that way. So, either way, I'll get a couple more of these thrown down, and we will, I might just time-lapse it. Alrighty then, done a little bit of beautification, put a nice little, I don't know what this is, something over here to make these people have a bit of a parkland area. It's quite a nice looking park, and might even bulldoze these out later and turn it into a big, proper park as we build around it, or may even throw another one up further to have a proper city park. I've also started to urbanise the town centre here a little bit. These people still haven't really levelled up much further, but I'll gradually begin developing this while they'll stay probably more dirt roads over time, more of a slum on that side. There may be a little bit of gradual spillover as I suppose gentrification happens in this little neighbourhood, but for the time being this is going to be the real city centre hub, and I suppose as we move off to the northeast it'll end up with a bit more slummy work area over here as well. I guess we'll sort of figure that out as we go along. But I imagine artisans will be the next level, and we're still quite a way off from that. We do, however, have to get a police station down somewhere because we're going to have a crime problem at some point in the near future. Now, It doesn't really matter where I put it because it's not getting... It's going to have to be right there, I think. That's unfortunate.
With a lark this morning, I was.
It's 6 wide, but it's also 4 deep. Which means we're going to lose quite a few houses. You know what? I keep forgetting you can actually move them in this game. So why don't I just move them over there and save myself the resource loss? I can figure out where to put them later. Throw police station in here. I guess that's training police officers. And we'll just briefly, very, very briefly... I do wish I could access all of them at the same time. We'll very, very briefly just beautify up, put a grass training field behind them for the people to use. So that is all set up there. The police will sort of take care of most of this. The slums are going to be sort of a crime-ridden mess at this point in time. Now, how are resources ticking over? This is going to be our next big push. We're going to need more fish. We're going to need more clothing. And the schnapps are shooting downwards. We've only got... what's that? 2 hour on it. Okay, it's stabilized a little bit. Probably because I had to populate all those people who were just placed in. We are going to need all 3 of those basic resources leveled up. So let's probably start ticking over to that right now. We're going to require... Let's go back to fish. I don't want them to be too close because they are ugly looking. So I'll throw them further down this way. 3 more should be more than sufficient. Although we're starting to reach a point now where this port might struggle to keep up. So I'll throw another little warehouse over here and hope that they can sort of pick up the slack, so to speak. And it looks like they are. They're actually dropping it off right there. That's brilliant. That's all we need. So that's that done. Now we're going to need to work on the clothing, I think, next. Clothing or schnapps. Let's actually look at the schnapps because I really wanted to get these potato fields set up in that mirrored fashion that I was talking about. So they require 12 deep, which is going to be... Is that what they are? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the building goes there. There. There, and let's throw you over that way. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. What I want them to do is to actually not be perfectly set up the same. Now I do need a line of poplars to make sure I don't cross that. It's our windbreak. I'm going to go down there. You're going to continue down there. And so you see now what I was talking about where I miscounted. I forgot the extra 3 for the farms here. So these fields could probably have been a little bit better done. But that's all something I will take care of later. Now let's get these fields done beautifully. They should be sufficient to just sort of squeeze in however. And then you should fill up. Oh, of course, there's a little bit of greenery. That's fine. I can figure something out. Okay, so I've got 3 spaces of greenery to work with. Question is, where do I want them? Probably not there. Might have them just on that side. There we go. That's my 3 spaces of greenery, and you can fill it. Oh, I stuffed that one up. Well, there you go. I've got a lot more greenery. What I might do is throw something out in the middle. What have I got that would fit out there? A couple of bushes, maybe. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of variety is the spice of life. So get a couple of bushes in there, and you can throw in a tree, and we'll just throw grass around the rest of you. There you go. That's looking nice. A little estate, not quite perfectly done. Maybe they've got a veggie garden in there. I don't really know. Now, output storage, what's happened? They've got max flour. So it does look like we can have additional, unless it's the wheat, the bread that we've maxed out on. We have not maxed out on bread, so it looks like I can get additional additional bakeries thrown down. I think I will do that actually. So we'll dump down, rotate this around. I can squeeze in. It's 2 bakeries right there. That's beautiful. They should be able to handle. So it looks like 2 bakeries per windmill, and so it's 1 wheat farm to 1 bakery at this stage. I may want to actually tinker around with that later on as we start moving into beer, because I'm not actually sure what the requirements are. So it's wheat again, which requires a malt house. Then it also requires a hop farm to then go into the final brewery. So we cannot grow hops on this island, and that's where we're going to need to start getting. Excuse me. That's where we're going to need to start getting a what do you call it? A boat, an actual trade going. So to get onto that, let's get. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I can build a proper harbour here. Harbour Master's office is different. Does something. Requires free harbour area. Depot. Sailing shipyard is probably what I want. Cannon tower and mounted guns. Short range, high accuracy, medium range, and accuracy. And I imagine there is a high damage and low accuracy, or long range and no accuracy. We want ourselves a sailing harbour. Throw that there. Sailing shipyard. And that'll actually build us the ships that we need. Probably actually should have done this further down that way, and that's what I might do now. In fact, I might move this further away. Free coast needed, okay. Apparently that doesn't... oh, that's rocky. It's okay. We've gone too far there. So that's where this is going to be. It doesn't really look like it's meant to be there, but I guess we'll deal with that at a later date. So we can build a schooner and gunboat. So our first military and our main trade ship, and a couple of other ones as we begin to level up our country. But we're going to need... Yeah, there we go. 10 sails and 20 sails and 7 cannons. So sails is what we're going to need, and to do that we're going to require additional wool. Now I could throw down a sail maker and just use up all the additional wool once the clothes have been done, but I'm probably better off doing this. How do I want to do this? I could probably throw down a couple of wool farms down here. Let's think about this. I don't want to impede into that territory out there, and I can't build any more things on the coast down here because we've run out of coastline. So I could... let's think about this. Throw one there, and one there. It's not going to be the perfect use of space. But you guys... like that, and then we throw down sailmaker. I'm assuming it's going to be 1-to-1. Is that? It's not quite perfect. Throw you in. This is not perfectly done. If I get, can I move the entire thing? Yes, I can. That is glorious. You guys moved across there. I can still get pathway. And that lets me throw in one sailmaker, and another one will not fit. One's all I need for now. Sails aren't really going to be something I'm pumping out. Oh, I need them, I'll need them. If I have them passively working in the background, that should be sufficient. Yeah, whether it requires 1 or 2 is something I'll have to figure out in time. No, let's not do that. Let's ignore this guy. Now we've built a shipyard, which makes people happy. We have no soap, which makes the need... I think it's only the need for soap higher. I don't think it's all needs. I imagine it's just soap needs. So people who are requiring soap will be more unhappy, as that need will have a higher weighting to it. And of course, financial powerhouse, we're making profit. Do I want to edit anything? right chance. I'm not going to worry about that. I could spend 50 influence and just actually decrease their needs, but no, I'm actually happy to just leave it as is. We're not going to edit anything. We're going to avoid propaganda. I have a feeling that too much propaganda is probably a bad thing. Well, there you go. That's almost... Wow, okay. Great. I don't know if it's just my mind, but there seems to be a hell of a lot of sexual innuendo in this game. Let's connect that across to there. And like that. There you go. Things are starting to look up. We're getting everything, a whole big dock area, nicely set up. There you go. I could throw in a little bit of beautification of some sort. I don't really know what we've got that actually fits here. I need something that's a bit more industrial, so I think I'll just leave that blank for now. I'll come back if anything else comes out. I really do want a bit of industrial stuff to put down here. The sailmaker's going. That should be sufficient. Yeah, it's not that far. And things are ticking over nicely there. How are our other resources going? I'm going to need more schnapps, I believe. Yeah, we're burning through our schnapps at a godly rate. Clothes are sufficient for now, although they will decrease. I should probably start working on more later. But for now, we've got enough clothing. Actually, did I build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3? Yeah, I didn't build any more yet. No, oh, that's what I was doing. Yes, yes, okay. Schnapps. I was in the process of doing schnapps. So I've got these two out here. That is a small warehouse that I want to upgrade. And I'm going to throw in the snappy schnapps. Oh, farmers. I'm going to throw in the schnapps right here. Right here. 1 and 2. And there we go. Can I rotate that without actually lifting it up? Nope, I can't. I have to actually lift it up. So, there's... There you go. It's a little bit better. I would have preferred to have it facing that way, but that's fine. Either way, schnapps is being taken care of. We've got all the potatoes pouring in like you wouldn't believe. It's, I think it's actually... Yeah, we need more of these. Throw in. Let's rotate you the right way. Oh, no, I can't. I see. They're long. Haha. Throw that there. And, of course, get some nice brick path down this way. Now, we will gradually sort of industrialize things over time, but that'll start looking very nice as we go along that way. In fact, things are looking very nice here. So that's our schnapps production taken care of. 2 hours. Is that all? Is that all, really? It says they've been playing for 3, but it's because I'm at higher speed. Now, we've got all the resources. I think we're ready to start our next phase of expansion. The schnapps will take care of itself. They're going to just keep ticking down for the time being. Bricks are low because I've been spending them. I can buy a piece for 55 grand. Because you're never attacking me, I'm actually inclined to say no. However, I need cannons for that. Okay, and to do cannons, I need iron or steel, okay? They require steel and then weapons. And then they require steel ingots and then turned into steel beams. So all I need to do is overproduce steel, or alternatively just produce enough steel, then have the weapons chain be further away. So the question now is, where do I find... charcoal. That means I need wood. I need iron from somewhere, which will be, I imagine, over here. Yep, there we go. Wait, what? What's this? That's limestone. Okay. Copper, 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 coal. Oh, coal. I need artisans for coal. Okay, so charcoal I get at the lower level, and the other stuff I get higher up. So that's iron, 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 and copper again. So this is where we're going to need to go over here, and we've got more coal. So we need to break over here, and I think this is going to be our steelworks area. So to that end, let's get ourselves a road connecting all the way over to what's going to be a large ironsmithing area. Now, in previous games, it was 1 iron to 2 charcoal to make steel or tools or whatever the hell they were making at the time. So I'm going to try making... I'm actually going to set in... How many workers? I've got a fair few workers. I'm going to make 2 iron mines to start with. And we'll just see how we go from there. You slightly missed that. Okay. So I'm going to need charcoal. Charcoal works are... Yeah, they need a large amount and they need trees. So everywhere seems to be 100% here. They can all grow trees. So I'll throw... nothing in this area. So I'll throw 1 down here, in the middle of nowhere. And I'll throw... second one... there. Now, I'm going to need access to these. So let's try and figure this out. You go up there. You... That was actually silly. All I've done is increase the amount of surface area I've got. There, you go along to there. Actually, let's try this again. You come along here. Like that. I know it's a longer way to travel, but it minimises the amount of impact I'm having here. You're still at 100%. You're still at 100%. And if I get myself a small warehouse, we can we can throw this baby right there. That should actually cover most of this area to start with. I'll probably have another one up here as we begin to expand our industrial area. But for the time being, I will... Oh wow, I need a lot more bricks because I spent them all on roads. Bricks will be coming in gradually. What are you? You're a bakery. You've got loads of bread coming in. Probably even consider selling bread. Either way, we've got that. Now we're going to get an iron furnace or steel furnace. That requires... I'm imagining it's going to be 2 of them. It's that one. And there. What does it require? It requires a couple more bricks. So we've got ourselves a steel furnace going. And then that'll allow me to move on to steel beams at the next one. That requires a shit ton more bricks. So we are moving at the maximum speed of the game. And that is sort of a problem I did have with it earlier. In that max speed, I'm not playing particularly quickly here. I'm not really pushing the boundaries. But max speed is still only a relatively slow speed. So we'll see how this goes. It seems to be raining on... Oh, no, it's raining on the entire island. Just over here has a bit more pollution, perhaps, because I'm burning all this charcoal. Let's have a look at these buildings. It's actually a nice, close-in look. Too bad, Beryl, too bad. Yeah, so we're starting to industrialise for the first time. So up until now, it's just been, you know, your typical medieval Anno-style games. But now, finally, we're getting a little bit of industry coming on. And this is going to be beautiful. And that's what this is all about. It's the 1800s. Anno 1800 is what this game is sort of all the Victorian era, the development of railroads, industry, coal, factories, all those sorts of things. So I'm really hoping we actually build some ironclads later on. Can we ship the line? Not quite. Doesn't look like any ironclads. Maybe... Oh, it's a sailing shipyard. Ahaha. So there might actually be coal-fired at the higher level. You know, big coal ironclads. That'll be awesome. Massive, massive ships with, you know, ships of the line with big guns on them and really get things going. And I don't know how they're going to work in rail. Rail was a massive thing in the 1800s. It pretty much was one of the most vital developments of the Industrial Revolution. So whether we get any of that and it's worked into this game or not, I don't know. But I don't really see how it could properly work in, unfortunately. It's just not really... Look at all these people. Yeah, just I don't really see rail working, unfortunately, which is a bit sad. It would be great to have a big train going around the island. I just don't think there's enough space. Anyway, that is this ticking over. I should have enough to build... I've actually got enough bricks to build this one here. So build a steelworks as well. Oh shit, that's huge. Damn, son. So I'll look at you round. I'm actually going to place you... If I place you there, though, I'm cutting off access to I know, because I can always bridge over here. So I'll just leave you there for now. And I'll throw that down. Actually, no, I can throw that right there. That's beautiful. So we've got ourselves a steelworks as well now. I'm going to need... we haven't got enough workers. So let's start getting a couple more upgrades put into this area. I'll get the rest of this area down here done. That gives us enough workers, although we are cutting now into our farmer workforce. So it's going to be all about balancing this out here. I'm going to just have to see how we go. Are we under attack? It's playing music as if we're under attack, but... yeah, I don't know about that music. There must be a fire on somewhere. Oh, there's a fire. Yeah, okay, I don't really care about the fire. My guys can handle this. Maybe they can. Yeah, they should be able to. It's not spreading that quickly. Now, crime. How have we had any crime problems? Crime is quite... oh, it's a riot. Aha, that's different to crime. Interesting. Interesting. Not relevant, but definitely interesting. How are our resources going? Resources are looking acceptable for everything. Sausage is sort of all over the place, but with shit tons of time remaining, I'll fix that at a later date. Fire overcome, that's good. Now, what is our next problem to solve? Is going to be soap, I think. Actually, throwing a school down should be really easy. Schools are relatively big, but I can put them in right there and get rid of these crappy lower class buildings for now. Throw in a school. Requires a whole heap of steel. How do I want to do this? Probably want that there like that, then I have a pathway through this way. Actually, yeah, that would look, I think, would look really good. I'll throw. It doesn't fit in. Look at that. That's a shame. I'd love to. How about just a pathway straight along there? Yeah, maybe. It's not perfect, but I guess I gotta work with what I got. Now the steelwork should be ticking along. Do we have a bit of lag going on here? Do we have enough steel to keep us busy? That's ticking over. How is our iron going? Iron is building up quite rapidly. Charcoal's also building up. So I think I can get another second one of these fired up. And then the real question is, can I get another steelworks fired up? How much is there? There's 4 out of 4 in there. I suspect that means I can double this baby up as well. I'll throw you right there. You can see the pollution and the smog starting to come out now. This is beautiful. I love me some industrialization. This is going to be really good. Charcoal kiln is dropping. Why is it at 98%? I wonder what that's to do with pollution. Oh no, it's not enough. Oh, there we go. Not enough workers. Haha, that's all it is. Nothing bad. I will get you guys leveled up as well.
I dreamt about you last night.
Oh, that's really creepy, dude. Really, really creepy. I think that might be a German translation error, perhaps. Maybe it doesn't sound quite so creepy in the original language that this game was made in. But, yeah, no, not good. Not good. Let's get you guys out. And then that should be sufficient to get ourselves back up once they all move in. Ooh, are they low? Fish is decreasing slightly. Clothing is plummeting, but I think it's just because it's in the process of... it's a bit unstable. That will stabilise in time, I think. Yeah, I'll come back later. Either way, I've got a lot of time if anything major is going to happen. We do need more workers. Why are you not moving in? You should be really happy. Okay, so you can actually see, so giving them fish provides 3 additional farmers and 1 credit of money. having access to the market allows 5 people to live there as a basic standard. And then the remaining 2 people come from having work clothes, and they also pay for that as well. That's good. This one here gives me an extra 8 happiness, which I suppose is good for something. And I suppose it's money as well. So for every house is giving me quite a few additional credits. Royal taxes, I assume, are perhaps a percentage of our total take. Maybe, or maybe they're just going to gradually increase over time. I don't know exactly what causes royal taxes. I can't click it to get a bigger in-depth thing. Maintenance, obviously, is the maintenance of buildings, and our different classes paying us different amounts. You can see there, our workers are paying us double, almost double our farmers. That's pretty good. I'm going to need just a couple more houses. I think they will just level up in time, but I'll throw down just a few more down here. And so yeah, we're starting to move a little bit beyond the marketplace here. So this house is barely getting access. So we're going to want to throw a new marketplace up here somewhere to start providing access to these people. You know what? I have gone on for quite a while. Probably edging towards our 30 minutes. It's hard for me to tell when I end up doing a time warp, a time lapse, which I've done earlier in this video. But anyway, that's the end of this episode. I will see you guys later. I'm going to have a bit of a break here. I'm going to leave you with that beautiful image. Let's go into postcard mode. Can I rise up? Nope. Okay, I'm stuck at that level. So let's get in a good shot just to leave you guys off. There. That'll do. That's a nice shot of the mountain and the village that is slowly growing up and the bustling people. Look, take care guys. I've been Blxz. This has been the 3rd or 4th or 2nd episode of Anno 1800. I'm going to leave you to it and I'll see you next time.